kind of last minute announcement of daily chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Hope everyone's okay. Hope everyone's doing better than me. I'm so pissed off right now, and all will become very clear very shortly. It's best laid plans go to waste and all that. This sounds like an interesting topic. Could it be the Russian ship being attacked and put out of action? What, the ones the Ukrainians said go yourself? Well, that's what I feel like saying to the M25 and everything to do with it at the moment, I have to tell you. Hello, Alan Pape, good to see you. Who else we got here? Stink Pooter, good to see you as well. Where are we? Blood Nose, would you please clue me into the meaning of your nickname? I don't understand a lot of cultural meanings. Yeah, that would be an education, wouldn't it? An education indeed. Stink Pooter may be something to do with breaking wind. Yeah, breaking wind at a desk, or through the eye of a needle. I can tell you a story about a friend of mine once. I took him to get his car from the garage, and he said, "Cheers, Andy, thank you very much." And he leant out of my car, and just as he kind of shut himself to get out, he left me a little present, didn't he? And shut the door behind him. Yes, you can break wind at the most wonderful of times. I shall say this only once, inclusive for all. Good evening. Hello, Anna Perkins, good to see you. And hello, Bridget, as well. Chella Maguire, almost missed the proverbial bus. Well, we're here. Alan Edge, hi Andy and all in chat. Can you imagine A38 is full of migrants flying to Rwanda? I don't think so either. I've got to get a video on about that. I'm fucking steaming. I think, do they think we're all that stupid? Hello, Uncle Gary, good to see you. Jodie Pitt as well. Zena W and Bon Scott. Well, today has gone completely fucking wrong. I am absolutely there. I didn't even think that I was going to make it on here this evening. It went that wrong, I tell you. I mean, you can see out of the window, we're getting some lighter evenings now, so it will be, I don't know how much longer it'll be shut that door for, but we will see. Where can I start? I've been to Gatwick today. That was fine. Picked up a regular customer, no problem at all. I got on the M2. Traffic. Loads and loads of lovely traffic. And if you imagine the stretch of road, this is the end of the M2 where it joins the Thanet Way. And this is where Detling Hill is, where you come onto the Thanet Way, right? You come round and you join and you go down the road. You think, yeah, this is fun. All of a sudden, it's traffic jams. Every fucking way you look, there's traffic jams. Now, what's causing this one is where they've got the M20 closed off, going down to Dover between junction 8 and 11. Now, this is a very big stretch of motorway, folks. This is probably 20 miles worth. It's full of lorries. Not going anywhere, not doing anything. And all of the tourist traffic that wants to go to Dover, they're driving it down the direction of where, I want to go, where I want to go home. And you sit there for 30 or 40 minutes. So I came home. And I read that P&O have said that they're suspending all of their services over the Easter break. So Good Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Easter Monday, no fucking boats at all. It may as well be the Titanic, I have to tell you. And I apologise for swearing a lot this evening. I am animated. I am pissed off. And the reason is this evening. You see, for the last 3 weeks, I've not been to karate with my son. Because, I got the old convids and I was full of a bit of like last week, whatever. So I thought, okay, right, fine. Tonight, I went to bed for a couple of hours and I had a driver who was doing a job to Stansted this afternoon. He was supposed to pick the passengers up at 5:30. He phoned me at 4 o'clock and said there was I think a 90-minute traffic jam there. About 6 mile traffic jam at Dartford, right? And he's there and he's got to get up here somewhere. Anyway, 22:45 this evening, he's got to be at Heathrow. Now, I, having gone and had a couple of hours kip, I wake up, of course, and I find 5 missed phone calls from him, plus one to my business line, plus one to another associate. Never mind the fact I'm human too and I need some shut-eye. They're all ring, 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 Andy. And they say, oh, so really sorry about this, but we're not going to be able to do the job tonight that you've given us because we're not going to get there. And this happens at about 6:30, 7 o'clock. I find this out when I get up, and it was supposed to be get on, belt wrapped round me, and out the door to get to, you know. So now I've got to go and do the job myself. It's too late to sort anything out. I spoke to the customers that were inbound from the previous thing, and they were worried about the driver. He had steam coming out of his ears and everything. But what's going on? Because he's stuck in a traffic jam there, and he's got to get down to Deal. So he's got to get through all the Dover shit caused by P&O bloody ferries. You know, I don't know what I'm going to find on the motorway. Tomorrow, I've got my dash cam up there, and I'm going to see if I can pull off today's footage, and I can show you what is actually going on. It's ridiculous. And this flight that I've got to go and meet tonight, it's British Airways coming in from Nice, of all places. Nice, nice. Well, it ain't bloody nice, because I got an email off the guy that I'm picking up, and I just found out it's delayed by 45 minutes. I mean, the upside of that is I can come on and speak to you guys for a short time. That's something, you know, and I can get it out of my system. What the problem is, though, the later that gets, tomorrow morning, I've got to be at Heathrow again at 7:30 in the morning. So the later tonight gets, tomorrow morning, not a lot of sleep. You see what's happening here? I might have to drive straight back up there and sleep in the back of the bus for all I know. Hey, well, it's getting warmer, so that might be a viable possibility yet. I don't know, but Jesus Christ. Can you see I'm having a rant? It's incredible. And then on top of that, you've got the fuel problem. I drove back home today, and there was probably more petrol stations with fuel in than there was. But it's still not great, is it? I've got about 300 miles of juice in mine, so that'll get me there and back and sideways and everything else. But why is this happening to us? What have we done to deserve it? It's absolutely ludicrous, nuts, crazy. I think Rwanda could be a very dodgy choice, even though it ticks immediate boxes. Please pray in the masses. Hope you're well. I'm fine, thanks. Evening, Andy. I've had to have a beer, as for me, it's been a tough day too. I unloaded 8 cages of food and cereals and put them all out on the store shelves. Not easy, mate, short staffed. It's the same everywhere, Christine. It's the same, you know. I drive an 8-seater minibus, right? So these are in demand. Larger families, 5, 6, 7, 8-person families, they want these. Now, I've only got one. I work with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other companies that have all only got one. Shut that door. Now, every time I need to cover something, there's no point in going to the others because they come to me to cover theirs. Can you see the steam yet coming out of my lug holes? It's one of them days. Sounds familiar to hear this week. That's Bridget. Yeah, I come on here to have a bloody good rant. I usually don't like doing it, but I'm so pissed off and I wanted to let it out. In truth, agree, mate. Let's see what we got. The problem is, Christine, I would love a beer, but drinking and driving don't mix. Steady blood pressure and all that. Yes, I have high blood pressure. Anna Perkins, I might have to take 2 pills tomorrow instead of 1. You never know. You never know. Okay, calm, Andy, calm. It's 1, 2, 3. Let's take it easy. Sand dancer, keep dancing. We have to smile and laugh at the lunacy going on. It is lunacy, isn't it? I mean, I haven't seen anybody so far today or news articles of anybody sellotaping themselves to roadsides or anything like that. John Harris, calm down, you'll give yourself a heart attack. Thank you, John Harris. I appreciate that. It's call it a controlled outburst, but I had to have a rant. You rant, kid. We're listening. Hi, Grumps, calm down. You've seen me get more agitated, mother. Don't you worry about that. But I had to have a bit of... I mean, I should be leaving now for this airport run that I didn't want to bloody do in the first place, but it's delayed by 45 minutes. What the hell am I supposed to do? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Andy rant away. It's hilarious, but serious situation at the same time. Yeah, it's diabolical bollocks everywhere, isn't it? Everywhere you look, something is going, and it has to be British Airways I'm going to get. I mean, I ask you, we know what's going on with them lately, and I have to copy it. I mean, I suppose the saving grace is it's coming back to Margate. So at least I haven't got to go very far. And with any luck, by the time I get back to Brenny Corner tonight, I'll get straight through there with no trouble. That's, you know, the crux of it. But, the only thing that could ruin it for me are the road workers. You know, those high-vis with the helmets on that like putting those road cones here, there and everywhere and shutting the route home off. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. Welcome to the Daily Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby, everybody. It's more of a evening rant this evening. I was so pissed off and wanted to come and let out some steam somewhere, and here I am. If you haven't done so already, please give the YouTube stream a like. No particular subject tonight apart from the state of the roads, the state of my blood pressure, the state of the airports, and the state of life in general, really. Yes. And if you haven't done so already and you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing too. That's good. You know, I can murder a beer, but I've got so much driving to do. I think next Thursday is my next alcohol intake, actually, and I might have to show you what I'm drinking. We'll see. Andy, so how about the gym owner who was fined 56 grand for opening his gym? Bojo and his numpty friends, 50 quid each, 3 times. Disgraceful, to be honest. You know, if you're fined for a criminal act, fair enough. If you're fined for an act which is questionably criminal, as in you could poke a load of holes in it, and then somebody in a position such as the Prime Minister of our country does something later on, yet you're fined £56,000, I'd be straight down the High Court if I was that person. I really would. We have 2 examples in the news today. I did a video about this ages ago, where you had that guy that's been banned from every Asda's in the country because he's going around cheating the self-scans, basically, and he ended up walking away with about 4,000 quid's worth of goods. I read today that he's been fined 4,000 quid. Basically pay back what you stole, you arsehole. That's the tack that's being taken. Fair enough. That's a criminal act. You've been caught, pay up. But with all this COVID stuff, for crying out loud, businesses have died all over the place, and he was just trying to, you know, protect what he had, protect his investment. And as a result of being fined £56,000, that's a killer for any business. If I had that, I'd fold. But the second you see Boris and Rishi-Washi and all the rest of it turn around and say, oh, yeah, 50 quid fine, oh, we're so embarrassed, fucking go to court with it. It's, you know, double standards, hypocrisy, and any other word. The news on it is absolutely nuts. Yes, I give you that, Matt Michael. 45 minutes is not like the 30 hours the truckers on the M20. I totally am with you with that. It's, you know, you put it into perspective, you're dead right. What pissed me off more was I had plans tonight to spend time with my son, come out here and do this, and, you know, I just... there is stuff going on in the background as well that you don't know about, to do with... a good friend of mine, actually, who used to work with me, and there's a whole lot of stuff going on in my head right now. Perhaps I'll tell you about it someday, but he wouldn't appreciate it right now. But trust me, I will do at some point. Hi, Julie Baldwin. Good to see you. Hope you're all right and not too pissed. If you are, how many gins have you had? You tell me. I need a laugh. You should get together with Trevor Colt. He normally goes off on one at least once daily. You like my rants, do you? Tonight it's Andy the Crabby Cabby. Yes, absolutely. I like that, Jane. Yeah, I used to work with a guy. Bruce, his name was. He was my boss, and he used to say, "Don't come near me. I'm crabby." That used to work a treat. Don't roadworks, tell me about it. That's Bridget. I'm expecting it tonight, Bridget. The way my day's gone, I'm going to hit that M25 and it's going to be shite. That's what I'm thinking. Go and have a joint and a couple of beers. I've not had a joint in 25 years. I've not had a fag in about 12. Both of which are very tempting right now, I tell you. Stink Pooter's given me 2 thumbs up. Whee! Cake in a cup, even. Yes, speaking of cups, let's give my friends a shout out, shall we? Where are we? Yeah, I'm going to talk about my New York friends from Police Off the Cuff, Dipped in Butter. They did a video. See the size of them American mugs. They did a great video yesterday. They got I think it was yesterday. It might have even been this morning. But go and have a look at Police Off the Cuff. They did a great video, but they got a guy interviewing him who's a war photographer, and he's literally just come back from that place with the blue and yellow flag that's having lots of problems right now. And it really is an eye-opener as to what is actually going on. And you've got, we talk all the time about the media and reality and the gap in between. Now, you go and listen to what this guy has to say, and it really is an eye-opener, to say the least. Unbelievable, truly unbelievable. I think Bill and Phil might have to read the terms and conditions of YouTube, because it's, a little bit close to the mark as far as them lefty lot go, but very, very eye-opening. I got a letter off the government saying 150 off your poll tax. Then I get a letter today off the council saying £100 off. That's sound. So what they do, the government's giving 150, they pocket 50 and give you the rest. Arseholes. Well, that's the other thing as well, isn't it, with this direct debit? If you do it, council tax, you've got to do direct debit, otherwise you don't get the discount. They tried to stiff me once, and it won't happen again. I can tell you that. Matt Walton, I'm fine, thanks. How's the cake? Hello, Matt Walton. I didn't see you in the chat. I was in the middle of a full-on rant, but there you go. Julie Keys, hello to you. Don't worry about being late. We're here. That's the main thing. Who else we got? Is that Don or Dan? I can't read the bloody writing. It's dark and small, but hello to you. Just catching up with who we got here. Do a live panel. Yes. I've got to look at my streaming setup, because I was using Streamlabs, and for some reason it stopped working, and I can't understand why. Just 1 minute, shut that door. Yeah, I can't understand why it stopped working. So I've got to look at StreamYard or something like that as a replacement. Council pocketing 50 quid, you want 100? Yeah, absolutely. Boris couldn't well afford 50. Well, on his salary, where he's complaining he can't afford things, you do have to wonder, don't you? Listen, folks, this is Andy the Gabby Cabby's Daily Chat. Welcome. I hope you're all right. Thank you for indulging me in my 10-minute rant at the beginning. I was just pissed off and had to get things off my chest, and I appreciate you being there for me as I'm there for you on a daily basis. I feel slightly better, but the old... I need a fan to cool myself down, a big fan. If you haven't done so already, please hit the thumbs up. Somebody said they gave me 2 thumbs up, so hey, good thrill there. Thank you very much. If you haven't done so already as well, please consider subscribing to the channel. We need to get those numbers up as well. And yeah, good to see you. Thank you for all your support. Don't forget, look in the description of all the videos and all that sort of thing as well, because I'm in other places, social media, Ko-Fi, I've got my own website, Patreon, you name it, I'm there. I'm all over the bloody place. You can't get enough of the Gabby Cabby. Trevor Fuller, we still love you, Andy. Yeah, Andy's Army, that's what you are. From next month, the government bought in tax digital. Yeah. We've got this new thing as taxi drivers. I mean, I don't have to worry about it for about 3 or 4 years because I've renewed all my licenses, one of which I'm starting to wonder whether I should have done. But there you go. We have to fill in this thing now to say that we're paying the appropriate amount of tax. Before they grant our taxi license, we have to get this code to give them to say we've been good and paid all our dues and all the rest of it. It's a crock of shit, really. It's just another money grab, and I shall look at the situation 3 years from now and see what's going on. Matt Michael, propanol will help you chill a bit. So will a bottle of whiskey, but I can't do that. No alcohol yet, Andy the Gabby Cabby. That's Julie Baldwin. Oh dear, oh dear. I'm just keeping an eye on the time, folks, because this thing was delayed by 45 minutes and I should have left 10 minutes ago. So pardon me if I keep looking that way at the old clock on the dashboard there. I don't like having more than 2 days off, to be honest. I get bored. I don't have any days off. I'm usually a 7-day-a-week kind of guy. It's crazy. And then every now and again I have a big crash where I'm like, you know, I feel like that at the moment. Ukraine being run by American general. Something smells down there now, Jane. I mean, I read earlier that it looks like there's some incursions into Russian territory, and there's talk of helicopter strikes on certain places in Russia. And they said, you carry on, we'll drop a load of ordnance on Kiev, which we've refrained from doing so before now. So we'll have to see how that works. Then cops in America are great listening. Oh, they're brilliant, the pair of them. I mean, when they had this shooter on the Brooklyn subway the other day, I remember Phil Grimaldi sat down. He was very abrupt, very short. I thought, whoa, a pissed off Italian, look out. And I think he was more cheesed off with Eric Adams, the mayor, to be honest, and his lack of, well, action over the whole situation. You know, we got to talk about the gun. It's the gun that did it. Never mind the guy that pulled the trigger. You know, it's crazy. Crazy way of looking at it. Factual Breakdown's in the house. Hello, Factual, my friend. Good to see you. And glad you're here. A bit of a short notice one tonight. Bit impromptu, to be honest with you. But there you go. Where are we? I missed out on a bit today. There's loads and loads of chat where I went back to the starts. Chella Maguire has just given me a £2 super sticker. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And thank you for the support there. That's wonderful. Yes, I agree with that Factual Breakdown. You know, being an ex-NYPD captain and all the rest of it, you would have to think that maybe there might be something there, but he's a disaster, really. From what I understand in my limited English sense, absolute disaster. That story you covered about the Ashes, I can't remember it, but it was crazy. Christine says, I can't remember that one. I have to look it up. Divian Ringo, present, sir. Hello to you. Good to see you. Hello, hope you're well. It's Honesty and Truth. Good to see you. What was the name of that channel you recommended earlier, John Harris? Police Off the Cuff, Real Crime Stories, and it's run by a retired NYPD sergeant and a retired NYPD detective, Bill Cannon and Phil Grimaldi. I've actually been on their show, and that was good fun. Just to show you their mug again, that's their logo. So look that up when you go channel searching and you will find it. The only thing is with Bill and Phil, they're catching up with me. I'm on 29,370 subscribers, and I think they're on 26,600 and something. So they're experiencing a period of channel growth at the moment, which is good for them. They're good guys. So let's let it continue. But certainly look at that video like I told you about. Definite eye-opener. Definite eye-opener. Is everything okay with you? Factual breakdown. Mike Gators asked. Yeah, you've been absent for a couple of days. So we were wondering where you was. Listen, folks, if you haven't done so already, I'd appreciate it if you could hit the like button on the chat. We've got some decent numbers in tonight, which is lovely. Good to see everybody there. And let's get those likes, thumbs up to a ton, which we've just hit. Wonderful, thank you. Christine Ayres, people are claiming that Summer Wells was cremated and her parents are wearing her ashes around their necks. Jesus Christ, that's sick. The New York State is very liberal and doesn't prosecute criminals, just catch and release. This is law enforcement. As long as this continues, it will continue. Plus, he was on the FBI watch list. That's right, Gary, he was. Now, what I was pleased to hear earlier, and you're dead right, what seems to be happening, there's certain crimes they won't prosecute where they did before. One very simple one is jumping the turnstile, in other words, going on the subway and not paying. Now it's a civil matter, not a criminal one. And how many perps, for want of a better word, are sneaking through and committing all sorts of trouble. And the other thing as well is bail reform. They don't want to seem to hold anybody. This son of a bitch that got pulled, he would have been in, and they'd have bailed him. What would he have done then? Disappeared? Gone and done something else? Now, a question was raised earlier. He had a rap sheet as long as your arm. And the question was, how was he able to buy a gun in the first place? Albeit he's had it for 11, 12 years. But how did that happen? How was that allowed to occur? And my other question is, if he had a rap sheet that big, and you're talking about a fair few misdemeanors over the last decade, why is he out? Why was he allowed to be in the position where this could be carried out? And also, it's definitely premeditated. So how long was he planning it for? Was he planning it for years? Was this gun part of it? Was it a recent thing over the last couple of months? Who knows? But the point is, he was known. I mean, there's a picture of him out with an orange thing there that looked like a bloody jail jumpsuit and a mugshot. So you could tell straight away he's a known criminal. So what put him on the subway to be able to chuck gas canisters about and shoot a load of people with a Glock? 30 plus rounds of ammunition got discharged. 30 plus. Now, my understanding of Glock's a handgun, so for that amount of ammunition over that very short space of time, had to be high capacity magazines. There's no two ways about it. So many questions. And again, is it this soft bail reform? Is it this soft Nancy Pansy way of dealing with crime? It's so many questions have to be answered here. It's unbelievable. But I'm sure more will come out in the coming days. What was nice, though, is the feds have got hold of him, and they're going to deal with it. They'll prosecute him under federal law. So with any luck, more of a book will get thrown at him than it would have done otherwise. Listen, folks, I'm going to have to draw matters to a close tonight. We're at the half an hour stage nearly. I'll give you one more of these. Shut that door as the lights just went out. Yeah, I've got to get on the road to Heathrow. For those of you that wonder what's going on, wait for this stream to be processed and look at the first 10 minutes of it, and you'll understand what kind of day I've had. It's been shit, and I'll be glad when it's over. The highlight of my day was seeing you guys on here, so I appreciate your support and I appreciate your ear. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully at the usual time, once I've got my head out of my backside and looked at the sunshine, and try and get some other bits on as well. So take it easy, everybody. Have a good evening. Thank you for coming along again. Don't forget, like it if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to the channel. and I will see you all tomorrow. Toodaloo.